Welcome back to Next Generation. In today's video, no power tools needed.
This is a first.
I know, it is. We're throwing it back all the way to probably like one of our first DIYs where we were doing like crafty DIYs. So here we are, we're back to our original roots.
So this video is not only super easy, anyone can do it, but it's also extremely inexpensive. The vases that we're using, we thrifted.
Wasn't much.
Under $10, and we're gonna be making them textured. They're all gonna match and match the aesthetic of our home. Right now they're all really crazy colored vases. I've been seeing this trend all over the internet, so of course we needed to try it and share with you guys if it works and how it works.
We have failed on Pinterest quite a few times, so I hope this is not another Pinterest fail.
And this is a 1-ingredient paint mixture, so very inexpensive, very easy, the whole family can do it. And keep in mind, you can use this idea on many different things in your house, so you could use it on lamps, planters, or anything that you want to change the look of, you can use this paint on. So first we're gonna jump into the materials that you need. First up are your vases, of course, or whatever you're DIYing.
All right, somebody's excited to paint.
So this is my most exciting one. It was $4 from Goodwill, and
Not
I just
bad.
love how big it is in this shape.
I know,
It's beautiful.
$4? I mean, you can't even get that for $4 in any store just because of the size.
Another favorite, I guess they're all my favorite, that's why we bought them.
That's fine.
But
Yeah.
I love that this one has such a cool texture already on it, so it's gonna look even cooler once we paint it. This one was $2.
Another cool textured vase. This one's really cool and unique.
It was around $3. And this is the last one, nice bright pink vase. Definitely not my vibe, so I cannot wait to paint this. It was $1. The next thing you'll need is some type of paint. So we have a bunch of paint samples from our accent wall that we made. So we'll be using these. And then we also have an acrylic paint.
Oh, well, we had 3 paints and now we have 2.
And then we also have some acrylic paint from Michael's, which was like 50 cents with the coupon. So
Yeah,
definitely the way to go over the samples, because these are almost $4 a piece.
So another item that you will need is some sort of priming paint. We just had some white spray paint laying around, so we're gonna use this as our priming paint. But if you wanna be official, then go ahead and get yourself some priming paint.
And this was only 99 cents, so
Wow, that's cheap.
definitely a cheaper option. You'll need some paint brushes, or just one if you're only planning to do one color. I chose these because they're really cheap from the hardware store, and they have rough bristles, I guess.
Oh, what's that?
And I really want to get a textured, rough look to my vases, so I feel like these brushes are perfect instead of soft-haired brushes.
I like the way you think.
And for our secret ingredient to add to our paint, baking soda.
The secret, ooh.
So now we're gonna jump right into how to make these. First, you want to clean off your vases, because if you thrifted them like us, they're probably dirty, but I already cleaned mine before they came into the house.
Oh, I thought you meant like yours. I was gonna say, I gotta go clean mine now. So next, we're gonna take our handy dandy white primer paint and cover our vases. Now the purpose of this isn't necessarily to help the paint stick. It's not a priming paint. It's more so just to cover the color, so that when we put the color that we really want the vase to look like, it doesn't get, you know, washed away.
You won't see the color of the vase coming through your paint,
Right.
because like this one's a really dark blue, so I feel like we have to prime this, especially if we end up going with our really bright creamy color.
Absolutely.
So that's why we're priming, just for the color purposes, not necessarily to adhere our paint. So I'm gonna take some disposable cups and add our paint and baking soda to this. The way we're gonna do this is 1 part baking soda to 2 parts paint. But if you want it to be a thicker texture, then you can add more baking soda. If you want it to be thinner, then add more paint. So you can really play around with the mixture depending on the final result you're trying to get here. I kind of want it more textured, so the more baking soda the better, in my opinion. Let's see if this changes the color of the paint though, because we're gonna be using some greens here, and I don't really want them to change color because baking soda is white. So let's see. And as far as painting the inside of the vases, as you can see, some of them you can't see the inside because the lip is really small. So once you paint it, you're not gonna see the inside. But with this vase, you will see the inside lip.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we'll have to go in just a little bit with the paint so that if you see this vase at eye level, it's not blue on the inside. Here I marked 1 part for baking soda and then 2 parts for our paint, just so I can kind of eyeball it and make it a little bit easier. So this is at 1/2 inch and this is at 1.5 inch.
Oh, it's bubbling. Oh, it's cool. It like gave the paint texture, like terracotta texture. That's what it reminds me of.
I wonder how it's gonna dry. It's thick, but I have mine still runny, so it's kind of like paint. Looks like stone, exactly what I wanted.
That's cool.
I'm gonna do it.
This is kind of cool.
This is so cool.
Oh, that's crazy. It's like sand paint. Who would have thought that baking soda would just make
Science.
paste?
So with this vase, since it's already textured, I'm gonna go back and forth over the texture. But with the solid vase, I'll do the X motion.
Oh, this goes on easy.
So cool. I now want to paint everything in my house like this.
This stuff is really cool.
What about a wall? Would that work? Baking soda though?
I don't know.
And a tip for when you're applying your paint that I'm gonna do, because I want it more textured, I'm not just gonna brush it on in perfect strokes like this. I'm kind of gonna do it in weird motions and kind of like push the paint onto the vase so that these rough bristles will give it even more texture like I was mentioning. So if you see me painting all weird, that's what I'm doing. So since he chose a dark green for his next vase, I'm going to mix our grayish green with this vanilla color and see what I get. We're having a lot of fun here.
Oh my gosh.
Before and after.
Oh, this is some thick stuff. Figs like this, and
Oh,
it creates like a wavy.
I like that. Look at that texture.
Ooh, wavy.
I'm obsessed with this color.
Yeah, that one came out really good. I like the brush strokes sideways on that one. That one looks cool.
Go buy Vases right now and do this. You won't be disappointed.
It's really cool. It looks good. All right, so the paint is fully applied to all of our vases. We're gonna go ahead, let those dry for a couple hours, and then we'll be back to show you the final product. Ooh.
I'm excited.
Did the baking soda work, or is this a Pinterest fail?
So how do you guys like it? I'm so excited because I love them and they were so cheap.
Well, it wasn't a fail. I am very pleased. I think I might actually stick one of these in my house. Well, I was really worried, okay? Those Pinterest fails that we did back then, they were like major fails.
It looks so expensive and they were thrifted dollar paint vases.
I know, that's the craziest thing. Like, these are some really nice vases, y'all.
Now you can fill them up with all different beautiful vase fillers. I'll leave some options down below, as well as the paint that we have, all the color names. in case you are interested. But that's all for this DIY.
Very simple. No experience needed.
I love seeing how far a little bit of paint can go. It can transform a space, an item, home decor piece, anything, and it is so cheap. So don't forget that. You don't have to spend a lot of money to transform a space or build a DIY. Just put some paint on it and it'll look brand new. Put some baking soda too and it will look even more expensive.
The tip of the day.
Yep, baking soda is the way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye, guys.